Hey there, fitness enthusiasts! Get ready to dive into an incredible story as we uncover the rise and fall of bodybuilding in the USSR. From shaping the fitness culture to facing prohibition, this captivating journey will leave you amazed. So, let's jump right in. Bodybuilding held great significance in shaping the fitness culture and promoting physical excellence in the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR. The Soviet regime highly valued physical fitness and athleticism as vital elements for building a strong, productive, and disciplined society. Consequently, bodybuilding, with its emphasis on strength, muscularity, and physical aesthetics, aligned perfectly with the ideals of the Soviet regime. The roots of bodybuilding in the USSR can be traced back to the early 20th century, when various influences began to shape the concept of physical culture in the country. European and American physical culturists like Eugen Sandow and Charles Atlas played a crucial role in introducing bodybuilding principles to the Soviet Union. Their emphasis on muscular development, physical strength, and overall fitness resonated with Soviet intellectuals and athletes who sought to promote a healthier and more robust society. Recognizing the importance of physical fitness and athleticism in nation-building, the Soviet government implemented policies in the 1920s to popularize physical culture among the masses. They established public gyms, sports clubs, and physical education programs to encourage regular exercise and develop a physically capable workforce. This emphasis on physical fitness provided a fertile ground for the emergence of bodybuilding within the USSR. During the 1930s and 1940s, Soviet sports scientists and trainers started studying and incorporating bodybuilding principles into their training methodologies. They recognized the benefits of resistance training and muscle development in enhancing overall athletic performance. The Soviet approach to bodybuilding emphasized strength, endurance, and functional fitness, aligning it with the broader goals of Soviet sports and physical education. As bodybuilding gained recognition and popularity within the Soviet Union, it permeated various aspects of Soviet society. Bodybuilding clubs and organizations were established, providing a platform for athletes to train, compete, and showcase their physiques. Magazines and publications dedicated to bodybuilding emerged, disseminating information on training techniques, nutrition, and the achievements of Soviet bodybuilders. This growing bodybuilding culture inspired a generation of athletes and enthusiasts, fueling the sport's expansion throughout the USSR. Formal organizations dedicated to the sport began to emerge with the rising popularity of bodybuilding in the USSR. The most notable among them was the All-Union Bodybuilding Federation, established in 1948. This federation served as the governing body for bodybuilding in the Soviet Union, organizing competitions, setting rules and standards, and promoting the sport nationwide. Regional and local bodybuilding associations were also formed, fostering a sense of community and providing support for aspiring bodybuilders. Soviet bodybuilders and trainers developed their own unique training methods and techniques, drawing inspiration from international practices. Training focused on a combination of strength training, weightlifting, calisthenics, and gymnastics to develop overall muscularity, symmetry, and endurance. Nutrition played a crucial role as well, with an emphasis on high-protein diets and specialized meal plans to support muscle growth and recovery. Competitive bodybuilding events became a significant part of the Soviet sporting landscape. Regional, national, and international championships provided platforms for Soviet bodybuilders to showcase their physiques and compete for titles. The USSR Bodybuilding Championships, held annually, brought together the best bodybuilders from across the country to vie for the prestigious title. Soviet bodybuilders also made their mark on the international bodybuilding scene. In the 1960s and 1970s, several Soviet athletes achieved success and garnered recognition in international competitions like the Mr. Olympia and the FB World Championships. Notable Soviet bodybuilders, including Serge Nubret, Viktor Tatenko, and Vladimir Dubinin, represented the prowess of Soviet bodybuilding on a global scale. Their achievements further fueled the growth and reputation of bodybuilding within the USSR. However, the growing prominence of bodybuilding faced increasing scrutiny from the Soviet government in the late 1970s and early 1980s. The government saw bodybuilding as potentially threatening the collective ideals of the socialist society. Concerns were raised about the perceived focus on individualism, vanity, and the diversion of resources from other sports and physical education programs. Another significant factor leading to the prohibition of bodybuilding in the USSR was the widespread use of performance-enhancing substances, particularly anabolic steroids among Soviet bodybuilders. The use of these substances, not limited to bodybuilding alone, raised concerns about the associated health risks. The Soviet authorities deemed the use of steroids incompatible with fair competition and sportsmanship, resulting in stricter regulations and the eventual prohibition of bodybuilding. The Soviet regime placed a strong emphasis on collectivism and subordinating individual interests to the goals of the state. Bodybuilding, with its focus on personal physique development and self-promotion, was seen as contradictory to the collective ethos of Soviet society. The promotion of individualism through bodybuilding was perceived as a potential threat to the unity and cohesion of the socialist system, leading to the sport's prohibition. In addition to government concerns, bodybuilding faced cultural and ideological opposition within Soviet society. Some intellectuals and cultural figures criticized bodybuilding as a symbol of Western decadence and consumerism, labeling it as a shallow pursuit of physical beauty devoid of deeper intellectual or artistic meaning. This opposition, combined with government scrutiny, contributed to the overall climate that led to the prohibition of bodybuilding in the USSR. The prohibition of bodybuilding in the USSR had a significant impact on the bodybuilding culture within the country. The suppression of the sport led to the decline of organized bodybuilding events, closure of bodybuilding clubs, and limited access to resources and information related to training and nutrition. Many aspiring bodybuilders had to pursue other athletic disciplines or train in secrecy to continue their passion for the sport. After the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991, the landscape of bodybuilding in the region experienced significant changes. New bodybuilding organizations and federations emerged, such as the Russian Bodybuilding Federation and the Ukrainian Bodybuilding Federation. These organizations aimed to revive and promote bodybuilding in the post-Soviet era, organizing competitions and providing platforms for athletes to showcase their skills and physiques. With the revival of bodybuilding, there were notable changes in training methods and techniques in the post-Soviet era. Athletes and trainers incorporated modern advancements in sports science, nutrition, and exercise physiology into their training regimens. There was a greater focus on evidence-based training approaches, periodization, and tailored programming to optimize muscle growth, strength, and overall performance. Moreover, the availability of international resources and access to global bodybuilding knowledge through the internet facilitated the dissemination of information and the adoption of innovative training methodologies within the post-Soviet bodybuilding community. The post-Soviet era witnessed the re-emergence of Soviet bodybuilding icons who had made their mark before the prohibition. Many former Soviet bodybuilders such as Sergei Ogorodnikov, Alexei Nesonov, Sergei Shelostov, Sergei Zhuv, and Dmitry Klokov continued their involvement in the sport and played influential roles as coaches, trainers, and mentors. Their experience and expertise contributed to the development of new generations of bodybuilders within the post-Soviet landscape. The journey of bodybuilding in the USSR reflects the complex interplay between sports, culture, politics, and societal values. It stands as a testament to the evolving nature of bodybuilding and its enduring appeal as a sport that celebrates physical strength, discipline, and aesthetic beauty. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more stories about the fascinating world of bodybuilding. See you in the next video.